What is prohibited and not allowed is public transport. So buses and taxis won't fly. Inter-district and interstate movement of people. So within Sikkim also, movement is not allowed, is prohibited. Only in case of medical emergency, with due permission from district collectors, this kind of movement can be undertaken. Otherwise, in general, it's a no. Educational institutions will remain closed. All industrial and commercial activities were closed and will remain closed in 19th, and from 20th onward will also remain closed unless specifically allowed. I will come to the activities which are allowed to be undertaken after 20th, but by and large everything is closed. Hospitality services closed. All public places, you all know, cinema halls, malls, shopping complexes, gymnasium, all places where people collect, those are closed. All kinds of functions and gatherings, whether social or political or sports related or entertainment related, academic, cultural and religious also. These activities are prohibited, including congregations at religious places or places of worship. In funerals, not more than 20 persons are allowed. So this is the generality. Up to 3rd of May, all these activities are prohibited. Now to mitigate the hardships of general public, from 20th April onwards, certain activities will be opened up, and I'll just quickly run through the list. Why I am dwelling at length on these guidelines, the reason will remain open, which includes hospitals, nursing homes, chemist shops, medical shops, laboratories, and veterinary hospitals also, and production of pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and movement of all medical and veterinary personnel, scientists, nurses, paramedical staff, lab technicians, whether it's interstate or intrastate. So health services are, in nutshell, fully open and fully operational. Agricultural and related activities have been now allowed, so farmers can freely go and work on their farms. Fisheries related activities are also allowed. Tea plantation, specifically in our situation, Temiti will operate with maximum of 50% of the workforce. That is allowed. Similarly, as far as animal husbandry related activities are concerned, collection, processing, distribution of milk products and their transportation is allowed. Activities of poultry farms are also allowed. Animal feed, manufacture, distribution is allowed. Goshalas will be allowed to operate. As far as financial sector is concerned, banks and ATMs and the related activities will be allowed. Insurance company offices will function normally. Then in social sector, children home, homes for disabled, mentally challenged, homes for senior citizens, destitute homes, homes for widows, juvenile homes, etc. will be allowed. Then activities relating to distribution of pension to aged people, widows, freedom fighters, etc. will also be allowed. As far as Anganwadis are concerned, distribution of food items and nutrition once in 15 days will be allowed. Now, in a significant relief to the rural sector, AMG Narega works will be allowed to commence from 20th onwards. Of course, norms of social distancing will have to be observed in all these activities. Then public utilities and essential services like Transportation, distribution, storage, and retailing of petrol and petroleum products, CNG, LPG, PNG, etc., is allowed. Power generation and distribution, operation of post offices, utilities, municipal utilities like water, sanitation, waste management allowed. Telecommunication and internet, these facilities are also allowed. And travel relating to these activities. So, movement of, for example, telecom personnel is also allowed by extension of the definition. Now, goods traffic will be allowed to ply with one driver and one helper. So, only two persons will be allowed. Empty trucks will not be stopped because they might be returning after delivering the goods or to pick up the goods. And of course, specific guidelines as far as interstate movement of trucks is concerned. Transport department and district collectors will issue additional guidelines, but in general, movement of goods is allowed. But then we'll have to see in our situation and circumstances what are the additional precautions that we need to take. Of course, movement of essential goods anyway is allowed, but for other commodities also is being opened up. We'll see what restrictions we need to put in place to make sure that we stay safe. As far as essential goods and commodities are concerned, the wholesalers and retailers activities will be allowed. I need not dwell on that. On essential commodities, there is no doubt. Now, commercial and other private enterprises and establishments, media will continue to be free. IT and IT enabled services, but only with 50% staff strength. Government approved common service centers will be allowed. E-commerce activities will be allowed. So, home delivery of goods purchased through e-commerce will be allowed. Courier services will continue. Cold storage, warehousing, activities of private security services will be continued. Some of the hotels will be designated by district collectors in their respective districts for people who are stranded. So, one or two, maybe in each district headquarters, collectors have already done that. So, those hotels will operate, but otherwise, in general, hotels will remain closed. So, and then, of course, self-employed persons like electricians, IT repair personnel, plumbers, motor mechanics, carpenters, etc., they will allow. Industrial establishment in rural areas, all industries can operate. Essential goods, their manufacture, including drugs and pharmaceuticals, it was allowed earlier also, will continue to be allowed. Of course, they will have to follow standard operating procedure. What is the standard operating procedure? We have enclosed an annexure with this notification, and this has been circulated to everybody, and everybody is expected to observe those norms as far as operations of factories and commercial establishment and industrial establishments are concerned. As far as construction activity is concerned, in rural areas, all kinds of construction, whether public or private, will be allowed. So there is no restriction on construction activities. This will soak in large number of stranded laborers who are working on construction sites. And even in other areas, continuation of existing works, but only with the existing locked-in labor. If at construction site or in the vicinity, the labor is available, activity can be started. But movement of labor from one place to another place will not be allowed. Idea is those who are stranded, who are laborers, who are very close to the work site, if work can be commenced by following certain norms of social distancing and safety precautions, then those construction activities should also be allowed to operate. As far as movement of persons and vehicles is concerned, there are certain instructions which have been issued by Home Department and concerned district collectors also. They will remain in operation. As far as functioning of government offices is concerned, we have already issued a notification. Basically what it says is that from 20th, government offices will become functional. And all officers of the rank of Joint Secretary and above will attend offices normally. And other staff, for other staff, the head of the department or head of the office will decide how many are really required. Maximum should be 1/3 of the strength. Idea is that services should be carried on, but at the same time crowding or too many people collecting in one place should be controlled.